Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm sitting here, and welcome back to the channel. I just got done watching the Battlefield 6 live stream event, or rather the whole reveal thing, and wow, I'm genuinely hyped. Like, it just looks amazing visually, and it's just the things that they were showing and stuff. It just felt like that classic Battlefield feeling, you know? So for those who don't know, the official open beta is going to start August 9th and 10th, and it's going to extend to the weekend after, which is the 16th and 17th. So what that means is we're going to have 4 days to play Battlefield 6. I'm assuming probably the maps that we got to see, which were I don't really remember the names honestly, but I think one was the Brooklyn Bridge map, the Siege of Cairo, which is the desert map. Then there was like the Gibraltar one where it was very close quarters and stuff. And yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. I think if you like pre-ordered the game, or if you watched certain partnered Twitch streamers their entire stream, you would get access to the game a couple days early on August the 7th and 8th, which would be Thursday and Friday of next week. But I'm not sure how that works. I was watching somebody play it, and yeah, I can't. I don't know how the rewards work on all that. I don't really use Twitch a lot. You know, it's just not my thing. But they did say the game is going to drop on October 10th of this year. And I believe the price tag would be $70. I think I said something about the like $80 that I had mentioned in the previous video reacting to the initial reveal. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna drop at $70. That's what a lot of insiders are saying, like on Twitter and stuff. And so hopefully that's the case, because it's pretty ridiculous that you'd pay $80 for any type of game nowadays. So getting into the reveal, like the reveal itself was amazing. I watched Level Cap. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's a classic OG Battlefront YouTuber. And I used to watch him back in the day when I was a kid. This dude he's the GOAT of Battlefield YouTubers, in my opinion. I love everybody, but he's just my favorite. And from what I saw off of his stream, the UI looks amazing. Like when you're in the home screen and you're just looking around and stuff, it looks slick. And that's also a very good thing. So moving on, the vehicles that I saw were pretty sick. He went into like an attack helicopter, which was sick, and then they ended up getting shot down. So like the way it crashed and like hit the ground and like kind of slid, and like it was just so cool. They really have reworked the way shit crashes and the way stuff works in this game. And I also think that the tank is pretty sick. It seems pretty like balanced and stuff. I'm not too sure. Like, I only watched him play inside of it like 1-2 lives, but pretty much like it seems like it is really, really a good vehicle. And then like the vehicles in this game, they seem pretty cool and unique, and they just look modern and updated, as opposed to like Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 3. So I think the destruction actually definitely looks next level. Like, that's one of my biggest things. Like, when the match started, the map they played on was somewhere in Tajikistan. It takes place in the mountains somewhere, and there was like snow. But it was clean and beautiful. The houses, the roads, like everything looked nice. And within the last few bullets fired before the end of the game, the map was destroyed, depleted, and honestly fucked up. That is Battlefield. All-out war. Plus, there's a new item called the sledgehammer. I'm assuming it is a sledgehammer, a tool that's going to be used to break. I'm assuming wooden surfaces similar to like Sledge and Siege. Moving on, I think the spawn menu is cool as hell because it has that like distinct radio chatter from Battlefield 4 that all the fans grew to love. And the maps, they look dope. Honestly, my favorite would be the Empire State. That's the one name I got of like a map name, I guess. Besides that, like Siege of Cairo, I think. But yeah, the Empire State's the one that's like takes place in Newark, and it looks amazing. It's the map with the Brooklyn Bridge. So the location of maps include New York, Gibraltar, Tajikistan, and Egypt, to my knowledge. And it's also going to include one of my favorite Battlefield 4 DLC maps, Operation Firestorm. Now, before anybody attacks me in the comments, no, I did not play Battlefield 3. Like, I literally could not play it because I didn't have access to the game as a kid, and by the time I did get it on my old PS3, it was pretty dead and laggy, and to be honest with you, it wasn't that fun compared to Battlefield 4 because the controls were just different. But like the campaign and all that stuff like that I actually got to experience, I loved it. Like, I wish I would have gotten to play Battlefield 3, and if we ever get a Battlefield 3 remastered, I might have to pre-order. So I think it's safe to say I'm hella excited for the maps. Something I noticed during the event was they were mentioning Battlefield 3 and 4 pretty heavily, indicating to me that they are really trying to bring back that classic Battlefield, all-out war type of feeling. Now, moving on to the game modes that they mentioned, they said the classic, Conquest, Rush, Breakthrough, and then the smaller modes would be Team Deathmatch, Squad Deathmatch, Domination, and I don't think I ever remember seeing King of the Hill, and god dang it, Bobby, in any type of Battlefield game. I think that would be a really fun mode, King of the Hill, in a Battlefield game. It just depends on how it's executed, of course. And then they dropped a new mode that they said is called Escalation, and teams are pushed into a final climactic battle. So what that tells me is it's similar to like the Battle Royale mode, where like the storm or the whatever, the gas will fucking push you into the center of the map. I think that's what it sounds like to me. I think that it's gonna be a pretty cool mode. They also said they're gonna have a big live service push, leading to more maps, modes, and events for us, which will be good. But we all know how that goes, with Battlefront 2 and then Battlefield 5. I remember that one. That one took a while. Yeah. So moving on, the Portal mode that they talked about. You're going to be able to actually build your own maps. Like, I mean, I guess you'll have like base maps to base them off of, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to like literally like put like bridges where you want to put bridges. Like in the event, they had this whole thing where it was like a very sloped bridge, and then you were trying to dodge falling vehicles and shit coming off of the bridge. So pretty much there is a big push for just random fun game modes on this game that you can play, and like when you get bored of the regular game, you can go onto Portal and play some stupid shit, probably still have a good time. They said modifiers will allow custom games, and you will be allowed to gain XP. So I think that the rest of that will be further discussed in the what I don't like section of the video. They also said this is the single player. It's it's been a while since they put it in a Battlefield, and so it got mentioned, and it was like a short clip. And again, I'm happy that they are doing a single player campaign because I loved Battlefield 3s and I liked Battlefield 4s. So the gunplay, from what I saw, beautiful. It literally looks pretty beautiful as always. It seems to be an improvement, like a step up on 2042's gunplay, which I liked. Like, I genuinely don't think there's a Battlefield game where the gunplay is just ass, and I just don't like it. Like, I think Battlefield 1 might be one of my lower tiered ones because of the whole like there was something that Battlefield 1 did that none of the others did that kind of was a little annoying. But, regardless, I think the gunplay looks really cool. And it's still it's still a beta. Like, they still got changes to make, and the game itself will probably have like a 5-year lifespan. or something like that. 3 year lifespan after its release. So you know, there's definitely going to be a lot of time and, you know, I guess no, I guess just a lot of time for improvements. Alright, boys, we are going to move into the section of the video of the stuff I don't like that I saw from the trailer. So, starting off, this is like a real low, like, you know, it don't really matter to me, but I had a few people bring it up to me, and I can kind of understand where they come from. But, like, it sucks that we don't have a real army to fight. Like, there's obviously the U.S., but it said that the Pax Armada or some shit. I'm sorry, I can't think of the faction name at this very moment, but it's just some random faction coalition of countries that are just trying to fight America, which it is what it is, you know. Like, we could have had, like, Russia, China, Iran, like, in other Battlefield games, but I think maybe it is as if to not piss off those countries. I'm not too sure. Like, who cares, in my opinion? At least it isn't the stupid fucking mercenaries thing that 2042 tried to run with or whatever, because that was just stupid. Like that, like yeah, mercenaries gonna have access to tanks and planes and all these sort of military weapons. Like, I can understand, like, being, like, having, you know, money and shit, but, like, there's no way you're gonna have the budget of a whole ass country. Like, be real. I'm sorry, that was just my little tangent on the whole that. But something I actually think is a very big issue. I don't like it. I don't care if I die alone on this hill, but why the hell does the support class have medicine and ammo? Like, what? This is literally one of the things I complained about, or one of the complaints with 2042 was the fact that shit wasn't locked across, like, classes. Like, you could just grab whatever you wanted on whatever class or specialist or whatever the fuck they had. So, I mean, like, it's just not a good, from a gameplay perspective, it's not a good choice, because you're going to have these kids that are going to be camping in these spots, or they're going to just be just cheesing the hell out of the game, and then every time they get shot at, they're going to run back in a corner, heal up, and anytime they need ammo, they can just drop an ammo box. Like, these type of people really don't care about getting points and playing the game. They'll just serve themselves and do what they want. And that's something I don't like. That's something that, like Battlefield 4, for example, this goated game that you're watching right now, like, it was made in a way that every class, like, you need one of every soldier to really do a good job. I mean, yeah, you could run all assaults, but then you're going to need ammo, or you could run, you know, all engineers, but again, you're going to need ammo. So it's like there's the team-based aspect of it is a little lost right now. I'm not seeing it, because support having medicine and ammo is not a good decision. Like, I don't care what anybody says, it's stupid, and you might as well just have fucking infinite ammo at that point. I mean, it's just ridiculous to me. Something else I don't really like is it looks like the weapons aren't locked to a specific class, which is annoying to me, because you can have, like, an engineer running around with an LMG. You know, it's just like, it's just not how Battlefield works. There's a core reason why people want Battlefield the way it used to be, and it's precisely that. It's the team-based aspect of the game, you know? So, the weapon customization system literally looks just like Call of Duty's. I hate to say that, you know, but it has attachment points, kind of similar to COD Ghosts, if you guys remember that one. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. Like, I think it's one of the things I'm going to have to jump into the beta next week and see myself, but right now I'm concerned that that's just going to be stupid as fuck. Alright, so moving on into the movement. So I saw, and I retweeted this tweet. By the way, follow me on X if you haven't already. But I retweeted this tweet from COD of Ninja, and it's a little clip of a guy basically having some Call of Duty ass movement, but in Battlefield. And I no, dude, no. Okay, like, you guys are actually crazy if you think that that's good for, first of all, any type of first-person shooter that's not bubblegum, like looking like Splitgate 2 or Valorant. But like, this dude is literally playing the game like his Black Ops 6, sliding and jumping back into cover after barely peeking, like literally, like he jumped out for a second, but he pulled himself back into cover before his feet touched the ground. He jumped from behind cover and then pulled himself back in. Like, I just don't like. That's you don't need that type of movement in Battlefield. Like Call of Duty, whatever. But Battlefield, like y'all just have to see that video for yourself. You know, my ex is in my profile, so you guys can go check that out. But that movement is not Battlefield. We don't need crazy mechanics to have a fun, fast-paced game, because you literally look at Battlefield 4 and they don't have fucking sliding. They don't have dolphin diving or tactical sprint, or like it's literally like the most you can do in this game is bunny hop, and even then that was annoying. So regarding the portal mode that I had brought up earlier, I'm worried that people are going to use that same old XP farm just to boost, like how they were doing on 2042, because it doesn't reward progression, it rewards laziness having boosted servers. I think DICE should implement a system that allows for two separate type of portal servers, the non-XP and then the XP allowed servers. Like maybe DICE themselves could like join one of these servers and like make sure that they're fair, at least if it says XP allowed, you know, like there has to be some sort of moderation check, because people are just going to boost themselves, and it's just like, what's the point of actually playing the game if you're just going to sit there and fucking join a boosted lobby? And like, you know, it's just doesn't make sense to me, y'all. But I think that's all that I have today. My conclusion is I think we're possibly back, boys. Like, genuinely, I actually think we're back. As long as this game doesn't launch in an unplayable state, which it is DICE, they take care of their live surface efficiently. It is DICE. And the gameplay itself is so fun that you just want to come back and play it again naturally. Like, you're not going to just come back on because it's like a triple XP weekend or something like that. Like, you're going to play because you genuinely think the game's fun. So I think as long as they hit those 3 check marks, they're probably going to drop a banger of a game and absolutely outsell and beat Call of Duty this year. I genuinely hope they do. So yeah, without further ado, I just no-scope rocketed that guy while I'm lagging my ass off on Battlefield 4. Like, look at this crazy, like, how do you even play like this? We need Battlefield 6 to drop ASAP. If you guys enjoyed this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe. Like, it genuinely helps small channels like me. Like, I only have 55 subs and barely get more than 20 views a video nowadays, so I would really appreciate y'all if you could like and subscribe and spread the word around. But yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out.